Well, hello, my friends. I enjoy watching the Olympics. Every 4 years, all the athletes around the world, they've trained and worked hard and they come together and they compete to see who can be the best. And it's always a goal to receive the gold or the silver or the bronze medal. And there's some great stories that always come out of the Olympics every 4 years. Some of those stories are success stories, like people that came from behind that were not predicted to win, but they came behind and they won. Then there's some that are stories of defeat where they were predicted to win and they didn't. But there's always some great stories that comes from the Olympics. Now, one of the stories that I've seen, and not just the Olympics, but in other sporting events where people celebrated too early. They may have had the lead and it looked like they were going to be the champion, and they raised their fist and their hand, and yet someone who was working so hard, they passed them right at the last moment. Oftentimes between winning and losing there's like hundredths or thousandths of a second. And it's the epitome of joy or the agony of defeat. Well, I want to say that in the spiritual race of life and serving God, we've got to be very careful not to celebrate too early. We've got to every day work hard, work to the finish line. In fact, in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12, Paul tells the Corinthians, he says, "Therefore, let him who thinks he stands take heed lest he falls." Sometimes we're on this journey or in this race or fighting this fight in the spiritual realm, and we get confident. We get too confident. We got to remember there's an enemy that's creeping up behind us that's trying to overcome and to defeat us. Paul said, we've got to be like Paul when he told Timothy in 2 Timothy 4, 7 and 8, he said, "I have fought the good fight." This is at the end of his life. "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." And then he said, "There is laid up for me a crown of righteousness." And friends, that's what we want. We've got to work hard, serve the Lord with our whole heart, love him with our mind, our soul, our spirit. And friends, when we get to the end, he'll say, "Well done. You've made it. You get the gold medal." That's what we want. Well, God bless you. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.